And welcome to You Write, the podcast where creativity meets community.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Matt.
Each week on You Write, we challenge our listeners to write a story in just 30 minutes using 3 of the 5 randomly generated words.
It's a fun and fast-paced exercise to spark your imagination and get those creative juices flowing.
We will read your submissions, offer feedback, and discuss the unique twists and turns of each story.
So whether you're an aspiring author or just love a good tale, You Write is your place to explore the endless possibilities of storytelling.
So grab a giant ball of yarn, get comfy, and let's dive into this week's stories.
And remember, the only limit is your imagination and the size of the ball of yarn.
Right.
So let's see what you got.
Yes.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
We have now completed Get to Know Yule.
Yes. Man, it was lovely getting to know all of y'all.
It was so lovely getting to know Yule.
Yes.
Mhm.
All Yule.
Yes, all of Yule.
Yeah.
It was great. I actually feel more of a connection to everybody now.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I love it.
also just rejuvenated. We've had some time to reflect and think about where we're going to go from here.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd say that we're all chomping at the bit to get back into writing.
Absolutely. And man, it really was great to get back into the swing of things and just reading everybody's stories again. So I think without further ado, who did we decide to read this week?
We decided to read Steve.
Yes, we did. Yeah. Because Steve has been away for a little bit. I think he was due to be read anyways. So up this week is New Beginnings by Steve.
Yes.
So how's the new job? Peter asked as they met up at the park. It's okay, Steve replied. Students had a fight at the Wendy's right by us, so they had a big announcement the next day warning the kids that Wendy's has security cameras and the police will be called if there is a fight or kids are vaping in the restaurant. An hour later, the kids had a big fight at Wendy's, punching away. Damn, man, that's crazy. Yeah, I'm definitely teaching in the hood again. 11 kids were suspended for fighting, egging the bullier on, filming it, and sharing it on social media. A couple got extra days added because they taunted the kids on social media after the suspension. Dude, what the fuck? How are your classes and the rest of the kids? They're okay. I have one class with just 2 kids showing up. They are close to graduation and dialed in. It's easy to teach them, and they're a blast to have. My first class has about 6 or 7 kids. They're younger and pretty feral, but I've started to make some progress with the toughest one. That's helped a lot. What did you do? Just shut his behavior down quickly, but calmly. Texted admin to let them know when students were getting out of line. Welcomed them back to class, let them have a fresh start, and worked with them. I could never teach. I would be throwing punches. I hear that from a lot of people. What makes you not hit them, or at least scream? Mostly, it's just knowing their stories. They have such rough starts to life. You name it, they've seen it, or been dealt it. Yelling at them will only trigger them more and make them act out more. Get aggressive and not trust me. It's a slow process. Patience and consistency is the key. And honestly, I can't worry too much about the academics. They have to feel safe first. They need to process their lives. Then, when they're settled down, they can work. But only a little to start. They're not used to working much, and they have huge gaps of missing learning. So, a little at a time. As they mature and get close to graduation, they can do a full load. Pass all their classes, do credit recovery classes at home, and work a part-time job. I would still be yelling and throwing things at them, Peter laughed. Steve laughed back. So, how's the job compared to your last one? Way better. It's not perfect, but I'm way less stressed. We have a 4-day school week, so I get most Fridays off. Except one training Friday a month. I love having 3-day weekends. That is so huge. I can get errands done, go for runs, and decompress, but I have to work from 8 to 5, Monday through Thursday. That's a long day of teaching. Luckily, as a special education teacher, I only have those 2 full classes. The rest of the time, I'm pulling into classes where my sped kids are helping out as needed. I also have 1 extra free period a day to write all the IEPs. How are those going? Long, tedious and full of BS. 20 to 30 pages of BS with 5 of useful information. I wish they would condense those things down to like 504 plans, but I'm used to it. Use a lot of copy and paste from other IEPs and concentrate on the parts that really help the kids. Like what? Mostly accommodations. Which ones are working for the students, which teachers are most effective, and which ones need to do better. I always try to focus on the positives first. Hit them with a couple short bits about areas needing improvement and end on positives too. How are the parents? Do they come in hot? Some do, but most are great. They're thankful for the work the school does and can tell we really care about them. That helps a lot. There are a few bad parents here and there. Most are just trying to survive and keep their kids alive. How do you handle the bad parents? I don't judge. I just show them how we are trying to help their kids. If a parent is an enabler, we show them examples of how a loving but firm stance works and settles a kid down. They need to know the rules and know the rules won't change on a whim. You don't get paid enough. Neither do social workers, nurses, most people in the service industry. I could go on. Go for it. Nah, maybe another time. Want to throw the frisbee for a bit? Yeah. Peter holds up his water bottle. Here's to new beginnings. Clink. I'll drink to that. One last question. What's the biggest difference between this job and the last one? I feel appreciated here, and I'm not completely overloaded and overwhelmed.
All right.
All right.
Yes. Okay, so that definitely was a very personal story from Steve.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously felt that because I know that Steve is a teacher and that he just switched jobs as well. But then in the comments section in the conversation, he confirmed that, yes, this is real life for him. So I like presenting that as like a dialogue between two people, a way to like explain your job, as opposed to just being like, this is what my job is like, blah, 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 blah. But it's like a conversation. I really like that. Yeah.
Kind of taking an outside perspective, like looking over the shoulder of yourself, explaining it to somebody else. Yeah, I do. I really like that. And also it's a way I also kind of process things that are on my mind. I feel like I just kind of have a tendency to have a conversation in my head about things that are on my mind.
Yeah.
And try to see all the sides of this thing that I'm thinking about. So
yeah, totally.
So it's just like I'm kind of like dancing around whatever I'm thinking about via a conversation in my head. So yeah, I really like that. I like that part.
I like that too. I think the thing that I like the most about this is that, let's just say the character Steve is not giving into this super negative outlook. So as Steve discussed on his interview, he is an eternal optimist, and I totally relate to that because I am too. So it's like when people try to be like, oh man, your job must suck. It's like, no, it's not that bad. I mean, sure, there's hard parts, and not like sensationalizing it as people, at least these days, I feel tend to do. Like focus on the negatives and be like, it's terrible. Look at this, but I like how the character Steve is like, yeah, some of the parents are crazy, but most of them are good. Like, let's just call a spade, be honest about it.
Yeah. Yeah. And eternal optimist, that really that comes through very, very clearly here because like you said, there's a lot of struggles here and a lot of the struggles sound very profound. But looking at it's like, no, this is a great job.
Yeah.
And can even go on to explain, especially near the end, just how even moving to a job as stressful as, quote unquote, stressful as this one, it's a better job. This is a better job than the previous one just for being appreciated.
Oh, yeah.
So that makes a huge difference.
That makes such a difference. And I totally feel that, Steve. Like I had a teaching job once where I was getting it from both ends. I was getting, shit from the students and getting shit from my superiors as well. And it was like untenable. I was like, I can't stay here.
Yeah. You're like forcibly being pushed out, basically.
Yeah. It's like, you can't keep living like that and I don't know, stay sane, like stay mentally healthy.
Yeah.
You have to be receiving support from somewhere. So I think I'm so happy that your job now supports you like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, that makes all the difference just in the outlook that you can bring, especially whenever you're in front of students, in front of kids. Like if if you can't bring a healthy outlook for yourself, how could you
Mhm.
possibly bring it for any students for that matter? So
Exactly.
So yeah, it sounds like the administration has their priorities straight.
Yeah.
Keep the teachers happy, and the teachers will keep the kids happy.
Yes.
Yeah. Or at least in line
Mhm.
to,
Yeah,
to
totally.
whatever degree they can. Yeah.
Totally. I like the description of the students being feral.
That was great.
Yeah, that was really good. It's like they're younger and pretty feral.
Mm-hmm.
It's true though. And it was just stated like very matter of factly. That was funny. Liked it.
Yeah, and this explanation just out of the gate, the kids having a fight at Wendy's and just like, dude, Wendy's has cameras and they do it anyway. And so it's just wild.
They're feral, man.
Feral.
Yep.
Wild kids.
Yeah. They wowed. Yeah. So.
And what do you think about this other character, Peter, that we've got? Just basically asking all these questions. Like, I know we're kind of approaching this like it is sort of fictional, or at least not as autobiographical as it really is. But I kind of appreciate Peter for one, honesty, because they're like, man, how do you deal with that? Kind of to your point, that sensationalizing, like making it just looking at it from that sensationalized perspective, but also just genuinely seems like a very curious person, like just wants to know exactly how Steve is handling all this.
He does seem very curious. He seems for most of the time to me like he's prodding Steve and he's wanting to be like, go ahead, talk shit. I'm ready. Like I'm here for it, you know?
Yeah,
and Steve's like,
it out.
And Steve's like, no, I mean, it's really not a nightmare that you might think that it is, you know? Of course, it's extremely challenging, but Peter reminds me of just somebody who's never experienced it and who's just on the outside, and he's just like, whoa, like, how do you do that?
Yeah.
You know, he's like in awe.
Yeah. Yeah. Almost like, outside looking in.
Yeah. And I like that Steve is giving him an honest perspective of what it's like.
Yeah.
As opposed to being like playing a victim, you know, and just being like, yeah, it's terrible. Like they abuse me. I can't.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you poor soul. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I feel like Peter would be there for that, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought it was a good interaction between the two.
Yeah. And they kind of chuckle. It's like, I would still be yelling and throwing things at them. Peter laughed, and Steve can laugh at it too. Like, yeah, it's not all sunshine and puppies. The job isn't, but it's a very like realistic leaning positive outlook. So yeah.
And I like how he even gets the opportunity to keep being negative, but Steve is like, nah, because Peter's like, you don't get paid enough, and Steve is like, neither do social workers, nurses, most people in the service industry. I could go on, and Peter's like, go for it.
Yeah, it gives him
like, tell us.
Yeah,
tell
he
me
hands
some
him
more.
the ticket. Like, here, cash it in. Yeah,
and he's like, nah, let's throw the frisbee.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, take the moment to be present. Yeah,
I like that.
That is good.
But I do like about Peter that he's so curious about Steve's job. You know, like he seems to really care.
Yeah, and he's asking the questions like that matter to Steve. Yeah.
I like that guy.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
He's not perfect. Nobody is.
Nobody is.
Yeah.
We can't really judge him for that. We can't fault him for being imperfect.
But he is curious.
He's a curious guy. Curious Pete, the curious little friend.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying?
That Pete's curious?
Yeah, but do you know what song I'm singing?
No.
What?
What is that?
Curious George, the curious little monkey.
Sorry, that was never in my
wheelhouse.
My repertoire.
Okay. All right.
Well, what else you got for Steve?
That's all I got. I loved it. It was great.
Yeah, thanks, Steve, and good to have you back with us.
Yes.
Yeah. And up next is Dry Ice by Nick Tew.
Sorry.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pardon. Dry Ice, also known as Dryce.
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 Yes.
Okay, so this is exciting because we have a superhero. That is fun.
That is fun, yeah. Immediately, you've seen The Incredibles, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I immediately thought of Frozone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like in my head, I was like, oh, dude, this is Frozone, and I'm totally here for it.
Nice.
I just love that idea. It's so easy to picture as well, like this ability.
Who I thought of immediately is Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep. Except I don't know if I would call Sub-Zero a hero? He was just a, opponent.
Yeah. Well, he had like abilities.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah. No, I guess he had super powers.
Yeah.
But I don't know that he definitely wasn't like a vigilante or something like that.
Yeah. Or at least not in the context that we ever got to know.
Right.
Sub-Zero.
Maybe in his night job, he is a vigilante. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe it's his night job. He goes around as dry ice.
Yeah. Maybe so.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But no, I really like this. The very simple dialogue that we get at the start is just some really quick character development that we get before he goes out and just, patrolling the town, His mother had warm soup waiting, which he devoured quickly. As he did, she reported, "There's been talk of some kids driving around causing trouble. Just one car?" he asked. "Probably a couple. They might not be a problem tonight, but I know you care." "Thanks, Mom. I'll keep an eye out." And then make sure to call Trudy, she reminded. He didn't need reminding. So all of this is just very, very quick groundwork. And also the scene like plays out quickly. Like he's quickly eating this soup, devouring quickly, So just really like the story's anxious to get to the action.
Yeah.
As is our character. So.
Totally. At first I thought that Trudy was going to be like a fellow vigilante, but then I saw that Trudy is more like a booty call.
Yeah. Or at least, yeah.
And so like maybe like a permanent booty call.
Possibly, yeah.
But
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
A very close friend. Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'll be waiting for you when you're done.
Yeah. So be back to keep me company by midnight, she asked. "I'll do my best," he said sincerely. She gave a dissatisfied grunt. Yeah. It was a tightrope walk, the work-life balance. Yeah. All of this setup is just, again, very rapid fire, but it's really good at doing what it needs to do. Very effective. And brief. Yeah. And then he puts on the suit. Yes. Basically just motorcycle gear of suspiciously high quality. I really like that it's suspiciously high quality. That's pretty cool. And yeah, you never really think about it, but like all the superhero outfits you see, they basically are kind of like a fancy motorcycle outfit.
Yeah, they kind of are.
Yeah.
Like I had to go back and read this like 3 times because I just kept getting confused, being like, wait, is he running or is he on a motorcycle? And I just kept being like, no, he's running. Then I'll go back. No, he's on a motorcycle. My brain just like kept seeing the word motorcycle and being like, he's on a motorcycle, but he wasn't.
No, that's just his gear.
And he's wearing motorcycle gear.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. He ducked out of the house, got some distance through various alleyways and back streets before coming out into the open. And then Alex was dry ice.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, he is. He took off running. Yeah. His acceleration and handling was actually better in the snow. So that actually is, to your credit, confusing. He took off running, his acceleration and handling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Acceleration and handling really do lend towards motorcycle, and running, you don't really ever think of your acceleration and handling.
Especially handling,
Yeah. It was all better in the snow. So I read all of that. And again, by this point, I was like, oh, it's Frozone. So that's just what I had in my head, was just like basically him able to like skate down the alleyway.
But maybe his body becomes a motorcycle, kind of.
Possibly.
He's like a transformer.
Maybe.
It could be.
It's a motorcycle made of ice.
Yes.
Sick.
Oh, that would be so cool.
Yeah.
And so cold. Okay, so he comes upon, interestingly, these 2 men are in white fur coats.
Yeah, and I love that detail because it just screams like
KKK.
That's villain too. Just like it's something about a big fluffy white fur coat. Pimp, but also it's just like, that's just a bad guy.
Yeah.
Like, it's just going to be a bad guy.
If I saw a guy with a white fur coat on, I would be intimidated. I would be like,
scary.
This man means me harm.
You're scary.
Yeah.
You scary man.
I feel like it's the pimp version of the KKK.
Yes. Because they're in the yard.
With the burning cross. They're trying to burn a cross. Yeah.
Like, I read that. I was like, what the hell, man? Like, okay. But Dry Ice is, never fear. Dry Ice is here. He's going to take care of the situation. And he does. We're not hurting anybody. Just doing a protest, one tried. I really don't care that much about the law, Dry Ice said. He didn't mention that protesting on someone's lawn was illegal. I'm telling you to stop that and go away. Leave people alone on the holidays. Instead of a civil response, one of the men, taller than the other, shot a burst of fire at Dry Ice, to which he does not. No. Dry Ice says, no. And so he basically just drops them and renders the cross like unburnable at this point with his abilities. And then takes all their stuff, like, or at least lightens their wallets a little bit. Basically, a fine, more or less, for being an asshole. Yeah. But there's just so much character work there in the I don't really care that much about the law, says Dry Ice.
Yeah, he's a vigilante.
Yeah, that line does a lot of work there. It's like, I'm not here to support the law.
Right.
I'm here to keep you from doing whatever it is that you're about to do.
Yeah.
That you're going to claim as a protest. Yeah.
And that's a really good method of, keeping them from going out and buying another cross and trying to do it again is taking their money.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah. And it's just, again, it gives them a reason to think twice before going out again.
Yeah, it's
and
a
doing something
consequence.
stupid. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. You robbing us? Yes. This is my idiot fee.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. But we do get this line a little bit before that moment. Dry Ice saw that the shorter one was short enough that he was probably Elutina Fink. That didn't make this not a hate crime. It just made it a very directionless hate crime. I really like that last sentence. It just made it a very directionless hate crime. That's laying some work for whoever or whatever Elutina Fink is, and also just this idea of a directionless hate crime, just like hating for the sake of just hating. Like it's just I love this use of the word directionless. That's just that really struck me as a really cool sentence, like a interesting characterization there.
Yeah. So from that paragraph, I got that one of them is some type of a little person, like a dwarf or something. And that's what Elutina Fink is. And that he's like, wow, you, someone who's been marginalized by society, are trying to do the same thing to somebody else.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
That's kind of where I went with it.
I like that interpretation. Yeah.
It's like somebody who has been bullied trying to bully somebody else.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. I like that one.
Yeah. I don't know if that's what he meant, but that's just like where my mind went.
It took a while for their car to start in the cold, but it did eventually, and they finally drove away. That's where we leave it there. Yeah. So yeah, he's just kind of strikes me like a Mr. Freeze Spider-Man kind of mashup.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
So he does just kind of strike me like a kid, but and he's just kind of trying to just do right by his neighborhood kind of thing. So
he's a burgeoning vigilante.
Yeah. Perhaps he lives in Minnesota or somewhere. It's just really cold and snowy, or Canada.
You know what would be really awesome is if somebody actually did start doing vigilante justice dressed as a superhero, like in real life. I mean, has that happened in recent history?
Well, we have the Lubbock Batman.
But does he do vigilante justice?
No, he runs affordable storage.
Okay. Yeah, no, not just somebody who dresses like a superhero, but somebody who goes around and just shows up in their costume to, mete out justice outside of the law.
That sounds dangerous for a lot of reasons. All the reasons that the trope provides.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So have there been examples of that in recent history of real life vigilantes?
Unclear.
I'd like to know.
Well, we'll have to do some digging.
Yeah, let's do that.
Well, what else you got for Nick?
That's all I got.
Well,
that was a fun superhero story.
Yeah, and this is kind of after our discussion with Nick. This is one of two worlds of theirs, the one that we haven't really seen much of, this superhero crime fighting world.
Yeah.
So this was a nice peek into that we haven't seen very much of. So,
yeah, totally.
Yeah, thank you for that one.
Thank you.
And up next we have Your Own Path, Marked in Your Own Blood by Allfair Chatwin.
Yes.
Hey, V.
Hi, V. I just giggled because I saw in the second paragraph, which is others said the doors were the work of demons. And I was thinking about the comments when we were like, I thought you were going to say something about Jim Morrison.
Yeah, the Doors, the band. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Which I'm sure people did say that about the Doors at some point.
Yeah, I was going to say, Yeah, that does the work of demons. Yeah. Yeah.
And V was like, yes, I should have woven some lyrics in. That would have been great.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it would go a long way towards explaining, because aren't there a lot of conspiracy theories around the death of Jim Morrison?
Yes, there are.
Yeah.
I've been to Jim Morrison's grave.
It's in France?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yep. So here we have another like fantasy type of thing, which V does.
Yeah.
So there are these doors, which once you go through them, you get a new path in life, but you completely cut off the people in your life from before.
Yeah, and you get it once and never again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, and we kind of get some lore about this leading into this, but most of what we get is these characters. Our point of view character, I guess, our point of view character is Timon, and nearby is Chain.
I think it's Chain.
Chain, yeah.
Or Shane?
Yeah, Chain. And there's just several other kind of kids just lurking around out here. So this just sounds like a kind of a gaggle of young folk out here. So and they're looking for these doors, and they've all heard stories about it. And they offer up, it's like, it needs the blood of a virgin, one of them shouts. And all of this while there's this interaction between Chain and Timon. That's this kind of what's the word I'm looking for?
Tender?
Yeah, it is a kind of tender interaction, but it's also a very quiet one. Like it's one that Chain, very subtle, and one that Chain is not, I guess, willing to be very public about, it seems like, and is making like it's very like mixed signals is kind of what we get out of Chain, but also that Timon seems to be pretty hung up on Chain as well.
Yep.
So all of this just goes completely unacknowledged until we do get this line. It's a bit of dialogue after Chain is like off speaking with some other girl, sad really, little lamb getting led to the slaughter. If I were him, I'd punch Chain out for messing with me. No, he's not stupid. He wouldn't win, poor kid. He'd get beat down to splinters. Timon walked away from the cluster of teenagers toward Chain, who ignored him in favor of the girl he was bantering with. So yeah, that's a really clear setting. That's setting all of that up for this just kind of unrequited feelings that Timon has towards Chain. And it's not that Chain doesn't necessarily feel these things. He's just he's not acting on them, I guess. Not in this setting.
Right.
So.
Yeah. And then we have like in the, I don't know what paragraph it is, but a little ways down, Chain sidled up to him, gave him that mischievous smile. "How's my boy?" he asked, sliding a strong hand across Timon's shoulders. Not quite a caress, but the touch was surprisingly gentle coming from such a big, strong young man. So definitely Timon is into Chain.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah. Yeah.
And so, but he sees that he's being kind of blown off and also being bullied. And he kind of expects Chain to defend him. But Chain is too busy with the girl, Yeah. And so I think that leads Timon to feel disillusioned.
Yeah, Chain had protected Timon from guys like Rudin and the rest sometimes. No, really, my aunt got a letter from my cousin. Oh no, that's more discussion about like the doors. But yeah, just Chain is kind of a wishy-washy, like here this moment, gone the next. Like you can't really count on him. But then as far as this bullying, we get this Timon, old boy, care to donate some blood? Asked one of the other boys, Rudin, who liked to sneak up on people and hit them over the head when he could get away with it. Don't be mean, said one of the girls, Alina, who was usually kinder to him than most. Well, as if we really had to ask, snickered the boy holding hands with her, who usually wasn't. Chain had protected Timon from the guys like Rudin and the rest, sometimes. So yeah, again, that's just that kind of simple verbal bullying that is going on here. And just as teenagers, like, it's so tough to like talk about these things, but this is just a very common form of bullying. Yeah.
So in the part where it says, "No, really, my aunt got a letter from my cousin," This was mentioned in the comments. I don't remember who said it, but it is a non sequitur.
Yeah, Nick's. Yeah.
Yeah. So I did get confused there too. And I had to read that several times. I was like, okay, wait, holding hands. No, really. And it was just like, wait, what? What? So yeah, but V did acknowledge that it could have used an edit or something to put things in the correct order.
Yeah, I think it was to lead off of these lines. Where are the doors? Is this all horseshit? Let's go home. Mm-hmm. They're here. I swear it. Goodman Irvison's daughter told me, and she heard it from her cousin. Everyone knows that Jelania Irvison ran off with that traveling minstrel who stopped by last month. She was all over him. Remember what she was like? Said another boy. And then we kind of slip away from that. And then we come back to it. No, really, my aunt got a letter from my cousin. Mm-hmm. And so much happens between that moment there that, it does get lost. Yeah.
So it took me a second because I found it interesting that they were treating it like with such nonchalance. The thing about you can choose to never see your family again.
Yeah.
But they're like, yeah, let's find it. Let's go there. Like, fuck it. Let's just do it. The fact that they were just so nonchalant about it and just like, yeah.
Yeah, of course. Why not?
Yeah, why not? Well, we don't need them. It's all good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's just do it. Go for it. I feel like if there was something like that, if I was like their age, I would be very hesitant to go through those doors. And it would take me a long time to decide.
Yeah. And I guess to their credit, it doesn't necessarily strike me as something that they think is entirely real. Mm-hmm. Like some of them are like, oh no, yeah, of course it's real. The other one's like, no, I think this is described as horse shit.
Yeah.
It's like, so it's a kind of, it could be out here. It may not be. Mm-hmm. It just sounds like they're out here just shooting the shit, like as a group of teenagers,
Yeah. But even the cousin who does was like, yeah, she did it. She wrote a letter to my aunt. That's all good. And then the one that Timon meets in that space.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, all you have to do is this. Okay, bye. I'll never see you again. See ya.
Yeah, and just pieces out. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because, that's whenever we get, why was it so hard for Timon to say no to Chain? To avoid being dragged to places like this when Chain smiled at him like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So kind of back to that same relationship, and it's just clearly all that's on Timon's mind.
Yeah.
And then we get this, don't waste the blood, said another boy, helping Rudin to grab Timon by the shoulders and shove him close to the arch of trees twisted together, forming a crude gate-like shape. Mm-hmm. Timon's hands reached out without thinking and bapped against one of the tree trunks. He'd never been much good with his hands, but for some reason he was quick at catching himself when he fell, or when someone pushed him. So at this point, someone has already come over and cut his arm open. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so this is whenever everything kind of goes sideways. Mm-hmm. And the doors do open and it turns into like stone trees. And the description for those are very interesting.
That is interesting because it looks like it was carved by someone who's never seen an actual tree.
Yeah. Yeah. But they're meant to be stone trees. Yeah. But anyways, so then we get into this sort of liminal area with these words written on these trees. Mm-hmm. I ran from my father. I will never go back, said one. He never loved me. No one here will. So I will find someone else, said another. There is nothing here for me. I will go to seek my own fortune or die trying, said yet another. And he's just surrounded by all of these sort of proclamations and just these actions from these other people. Like, I don't know. What did you think of that whenever you got there?
I felt like it was very poetic, and it was a style. For me, it was a stylistic choice to have messages like that. It seemed very like, oh man, what? I don't even know what word I would use to describe this, but like old fashioned, like language, kind of.
It's very simple. I will say that.
Simple and kind of like mythical in a way. Just to imagine young people talking like this, like, I will never go back. I will find my own path.
Yeah.
It's like everybody's going on their hero's journey.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just felt like it was a good style choice that works well with like fantasy type of stories.
Yeah. Yeah. And to call out the language a little bit more, we can tell this is a very I say very. This is a more fantasy oriented world by the fact at one point they were like, oh yeah, let's get out of here and go down by the lake and drink some mead or something like that. So it does so much of it feels like the issue between Chane and Timon, like that all feels like very grounded and very real. Like those are very real emotions that people have. But the setting, like there are very small clues that point us towards this kind of fantastical. And then when we do finally get to these doors that open up and then the words written on these trees, it really goes to ground us in this fantasy world. But I really do like the language that we use here.
Yes, I like it a lot. So I don't know if this is a good time to mention this, but I felt while I was reading this that it felt very personal.
Yeah.
And then I almost felt like Timon, like V, the author, was connecting with Timon, the character.
Yeah.
You know, and it's funny because I felt that way while I was reading it. And I was like, I think that this is like some honest stuff that V has maybe experienced or gone through or something like it, you know? And then in the comments, V confirmed that.
Yeah.
And so I was like, what is it about this because I did not read the comments first. So what is it about this that made me feel that way even before seeing that commentary from V?
That's an excellent question. And if I had to hazard a guess, I would say how the relationship with Chane and Timon it's always there. It's always just kind of writing in the background. It's never in the forefront, or if it is, it's not there for very long. And like the plot itself is progressing towards these doors and everything, but it's always this relationship drawing back to Chane, and it's just this ever present, and that feels like a very lived in feeling and a very lived in emotion. And the way that it's presented on the page, the way it's just always there, regardless of whatever's going around. Even like through the bullying, that relationship is back there. Like Chane would defend me from these people sometimes. It's just there's just such frustration and longing there. It just feels very, very honest. Yeah,
it does. It feels very, very honest.
Yeah, that would be my guess. Yeah,
that's a good guess.
But and then we meet
Katina.
So we meet Katina in this kind of clearing, this liminal space with all of these words written around them, and she basically tells Timon, "You have to find your own path," and waved one last goodbye with the blood stain on her hand before walking down toward the blue light in the distance. And she writes, "She didn't love me and married him. I don't care. I'll find someone to love and a life I love that's my own." And so Timon whispers she, but she was already gone. So never gets the opportunity to confront her about that message.
Yeah.
But we're left with Timon here with the choice. Like, where do you go from here? Ultimately, we get at the end, this is not about him. It was always really about me. And then Timon turned around, determined never to look back again, and strode forward. He kept the tree branch as a kind of staff to keep his balance on the uneven terrain as he clambered up the cliffside, though he wasn't scared anymore. He'd always been good at catching himself before he fell. So that's a nice callback to that moment whenever he was cut and before the doors open, or as the doors were opening, I suppose. Yeah.
So the thing about the feelings between Timon and Chane, and coupled with the ending message by Katina and the revelation that it was a she, makes me think this is an allegory for coming out.
Yeah.
Like choosing that path. It's like you can never, communicate with your, not that that's always what that means, but a lot of times, especially, I don't know, it's getting better these days. But when people would come out, it was like your family would cut you off.
Right.
So it's like being honest about who you are and following your genuine path means, cutting off everybody in your life or losing them.
Right. Yeah. And based off of some of the comments from the other people, the other kids there, it seems like they knew that Timon and Chane were possibly an item, or to some degree or another. It kind of struck me like Timon might be out and Chane may not be. And like that's leading towards this kind of Chain putting Timon at a distance in this public setting.
Right.
That's more or less what it felt like. And so at the end here, this is not about him. This is really about me. And it's about Timon basically saying, I can't live like that.
Yeah.
Saying, I have to just move on. I have to get away from this because it's not healthy.
Right.
And so that's kind of the message that I was left with. But you're right. It's kind of all around those same themes of just being honest and being true to who you are.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. This is an excellent story. I really enjoyed this. There's a lot of excellent complex emotions that are being explored here.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Definitely. And, sorry, just to like add to that, whenever it's like he could see things suddenly, Timon could suddenly see things. And Chain looking back at him sadly, Chain staying with Jaina and holding her hands in a wedding ceremony as the village elders cheered. So Chain was choosing a mustache wedding. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I don't know if that's actually a term, but I've heard the term of using a female consort as a quote unquote mustache.
Explain that. What do you mean by that?
Like you're gay, but you marry a woman.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard of it described as a beard.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're probably right.
Yeah.
I probably just made that up. A mustache.
I like that one. Okay. A mustache wedding. Okay. That may be right. I don't know. I'm not up on all the lingo.
In some languages, it's the same word for beard and mustache. But
okay. Well.
But anyway, yeah. So he could see into the future what was going to happen, and that Shane was going to choose to not come out.
Yeah.
And to kind of follow societal standards and be sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, and in this moment, Timon acknowledges that it's not him, it's me. I'm moving away from here. This is about me.
Yeah.
And finally, it seems focuses, because so much of Timon's thoughts have been on Chain.
Yes.
And so to just finally just be free of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's unrequited love, bro.
Yep.
He's like, I'm moving on. You know that song? I'm moving on. I've made up my mind. That's all I remember.
Okay.
But that's what Timon's saying.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I'm certain, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
Well, hey, thank you, V. Excellent.
Thank you, V.
And up next, we have I Swear to Gods.
Yeah.
By Walker. Hey, Walker.
Hey, Walker.
This is a work of fiction.
Oh, good to know. I thought it was real. Okay.
Yeah, I like that call out there.
Yeah. This is very interesting. I love the different gods that come in here and their different personalities. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Janus and Anubis.
Man, Anubis sounds just... Anubis is very interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, before we get to the gods themselves, we do have a little bit of metatextual information because we do have Rachel's guide in here. So we're kind of in the same world as those texts. And this person is just... It feels like they're on their way towards rock bottom. And so they're just falling. And so there I am, depressed, smoking, drinking, crying, and then praying. That's where I messed up. I know. That's really fascinating. Praying. That's where I messed up.
Yeah. But actually that's kind of what saved him. But
yeah. And that's a fascinating like hook to get us into the story.
Yeah, that's true. It's a hook. Yeah.
And then, so yeah, we get all of these Father, Jesus, Zeus, Ahura Mazda, whoever is listening. Christ, I need help. Yeah. And so, yeah, just that whoever's listening.
Right.
Hades or Hell or River Styx or whatever. So from there, it gets weird.
Right.
And so who's the first to show up?
I think the first one is Janus, isn't it?
Oh, a voice said behind me, sounding mildly inconvenienced. This is not...
A temple. Yeah, it was Janus.
Yeah.
Yeah. So his mouths, this is an interesting description of Janus. So I like the different faces. Like one face looked at me with polite curiosity. The other looked at the hallway behind him like he was already late for something else. That was really good. And it was like both mouths somehow talking in sequence rather than together. And I was imagining that. It's kind of like an echo.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah. Janus, the two-faced man said, inclining both heads, god of doors, beginnings, endings, transitions, thresholds, and administrative inconveniences. Administrative what? But before he could answer, the room got colder. Not winter cold, funeral home cold. A second figure materialized near the window, tall, still, wrapped in linen and judgment.
That was funny.
A jackal's head tilted slightly as he assessed the scene like an auditor who already knew the numbers would not add up. Oh, come on, Janus said. They sent you? Sometimes it takes a village. The jackal head figures his voice sounded like stone steps echoing downward. I'm very busy, so let's get this over with. Dead do not weigh themselves.
Yeah, I really liked that description, though. His voice sounded like stone steps echoing downward. I was like imagining that. I was like, ooh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Imagining Anubis and that voice is very cool.
Yeah.
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 I like that.
Yeah. And the description really does clue us into who this is without ever giving him a name, but we do just, it's Anubis.
Yes.
I prayed to everyone, I said weekly. I wasn't expecting a party. Yeah. Attendance has been terrible lately, Janus sniffed. So yeah, this is where we kind of get this back and forth, and this is where we really get into the crux of the issue for our point of view character here. And so this is where we start to get a little bit more about this moment, like he's at a crossroads. He can make a decision here.
Yeah.
And so
this reminds me up to the, like, whenever it said the part about Janus sniffed, attendance has been terrible lately, ever since monotheism, really. It reminded me of, what is the name of that book? The British one with the
Good Omens, maybe?
Yes, Good Omens.
Hell yeah.
It had that kind of like comedy feel to it, you know?
Yeah, lighthearted. I mean, obviously the situation here is very serious. Like, and we're setting up some very serious themes, but yeah, it's certainly playing into
that ineffability.
Yeah.
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 Okay, so I was like, okay, this is these guys have jokes.
Yeah, these are the jokes, kid.
These are the jokes. And then I liked the idea of an Anubuary.
Anubuary. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great idea. But it's true, though. I would be jelly, too. If I was Anubis and I was talking to Janus, I'd be jelly, too. But maybe there's a month in another language named after him. I don't know. Sure,
maybe.
I don't know.
Surely the Egyptians had some sort of time dedicated to Anubis.
Yeah.
Surely.
I'm going to look into that.
Anubidae.
Anubidae. Okay, but so
Janus claps his hands. What can we do for you? I think I said slowly, I want to die, or I'm losing it and already have. I don't know. Yes, Anubis said immediately. I get that. Life can be trippy. So yeah, Anubis does not mince words. No. He's very much a man with a plan, or a god with a plan.
Right.
Yeah.
And Anubis is okay with it. He's like, yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. I'm here whenever you're ready.
Yeah. When you're ready.
Whenever you're ready, we'll get this party started.
Exactly.
Or ended, however you want to talk about it. Yeah.
Both, because it's Janus. Hey.
Yeah. Janus leaned closer to me, one face warm, the other calculating. Look, if you're going to make a transition, it would be I would very much like to be acknowledged properly. Candles, gates, symbolism, a sense of occasion. So yeah, again, Janus is really playing into the moment, I guess, really calling out these transition moments.
Yes. Janus is standing on a ritual.
He really is. Yeah.
And Anubis is like, look, that's unnecessary. Let's just...
Anubis step forward, ignore him.
Yeah.
If you're serious, I offer certainty, order, a clean scale, your heart weighed fairly. Yeah. Yeah, and again, fairly by whose standards? By this point, I was laughing. I couldn't help it. So yeah, that's just the absurdity of these two gods arguing over what to do with this guy who asked for help from everybody who would listen. Really comes crashing in at that moment. But then things shift around them at this moment. Before either of them could continue their pitch, the room went quiet. Not silent, quiet. The way a room goes quiet when someone important arrives who does not need to announce themselves. The light did not change, the walls did not move, but suddenly everything felt aligned. Like a picture frame finally straightened in a motel room. Here's looking at you, Roland Deschain. So that was a call out to the gunslinger. Janus said softly. Anubis lowered his head. I did not turn this time. I knew better. The voice spoke, not loud, not booming, just present. And so we can assume, it's never called out who has joined the party, but we can assume.
That is Yahweh.
Yahweh. Yep,
Yahweh. Yep, the great I am.
So there we are. In a conversation with Janus and Anubis to observe, I suppose. And this is where we do kind of get to a lot of the philosophy of what this story wants to say. And not to dwell on it, but we have... when people think about ending their lives, the voice said, they usually believe they are choosing an ending. They are not. They're trying to escape a middle. And I really do think that that is what this story wants to say.
Yeah.
Like this, from the moment we get the call out to Rachel's Guide to Suicide Success to this moment right here, it's kind of a summation of that idea of this is where we began, and this is the truth of what you're contemplating. You're in the middle. This is not an end. This is just a middle.
Yeah.
And so to have Janus there to be a part of that, I think is a nice touch because Janus is kind of the middle in a way. Like it's a transition. It is an end, but it is a beginning. And so it's a way of kind of calling out something as it's just changing. So
yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, me too. I like it where the voice says, not because you do not have to decide anything tonight, not because life is easy, but because pain lies to you about urgency. It may seem the end of your world. It is not. I really like that because time and time again, that's true. Like when I feel like it's the end of my world and it's urgent and it's like, I've got to do something about this now, you know, it never actually is the end.
Yeah. It's just pain. And pain takes all kinds of shapes and forms.
Yeah. And then you will miss your purpose if you do not choose to live beyond this moment. You will miss it by believing you are finished when you are only exhausted. I love that. That's a great encouragement to keep going.
Yeah. 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 And exactly. Encouragement is what we're left with. Like encouragement to continue to move beyond this transition. But this is a transition still. Which I thought was odd because Janus clears his throat, so no transition yet. And it felt like this was a transition. It felt like we moved across something in this moment, or we've set up the opportunity to move across this moment. Yeah.
Yeah, it is kind of a mental transition.
Yeah. Anubis' side, I will reschedule. Yeah, Anubis didn't belong there at all. He's like, ugh.
He's like, what am I even doing here?
Yeah. And so we just kind of lightheartedly move us casually out of this very, very intense conversation. And Anubis, I'll reschedule. Yeah. And just like that, the room was empty again, except for me. Still baked, still breathing, still here. And somehow for the first time in a long time, that was okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a transition. A transition has been made at that moment. And so yeah, definitely lives up to the Janus story, even though Janus didn't really call it out for being a transition. Maybe because it was so unceremonious.
Yeah.
Although it was kind of ceremonious. It was literally the voice of God. So.
Right. But it's interesting because the transition or the Janus moment wasn't even in the Janus character.
Right.
You know, he just so happened to be a bystander.
Yeah. Just a casual observer to the moment. Yeah.
But the Janus moment definitely happened.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Man, I really liked this. I liked the byplay between the gods and just the conceit of him asking for help from anybody. And those are the two that just happened to show up. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty rad, man. I like that.
I like that too.
All right. Well, thank you, Walker.
Thanks, Walker.
And up next, we have an untitled story from Jake.
Hey, Jake.
Hey, Jake. Oh, man. I'm not going to lie. I kind of wanted to read this one because I thought this was particularly well written, and it just felt like lore-ish. Like it feels very...
it was like a fulfilling of a prophecy.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It reminded me of... It gives me kind of 300 vibes a little bit. But yeah, this is... what was the other one I was thinking? God of War and Chief of War, actually. There's a show on Apple TV that we just watched with Jason Momoa. But anyways, it just kind of strikes me as like all these kind of very... I don't know, just kind of a lot of lore.
Okay, so we start out in a very, very chaotic scene of war. Apparently, there's a lot of raping happening.
Yeah.
Raping and slaughtering.
The chief, the High Lord Volknir, sat upon the ground in the middle of his great yurt, staring at the boy. And so, yeah, this boy, the boy was why they had come this far, had done the things they did. So we're already setting up all of this just lore, and ultimately we realize like this is a prophecy around this boy. They're quite clear. The old women were quite clear the boy would be the end of High Lord Volknir.
Yeah.
And so they've sought him out. They've gone to all of these links and done all of this horrible things to seek out this boy.
He's the golden child.
He's the golden child, yeah. When he pressed them for how he could identify the boy when he found them, they told him to look for the brands of Gairun, the great god of thunder and war. And so, yeah, that's where we're at. And so they find it. It's on the palms of this boy. He's branded with the symbol of Gairun. And again, just kind of jumping ahead here, boy, I want you to take my sword, Volknir growled. And the boy did not respond. He merely looked down at his hands and snared within the brace, then back up to Volknir. His face was still placid like a lake of glass. This boy doesn't understand. Like, this is not, it doesn't make sense to him. He just feels like a pawn in this whole thing. You are to be my end, boy. Then why do you not move? Yeah.
That's the feeling I get at first, that the boy doesn't understand until the boy speaks.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, he's just biding his time. He does know what has to happen.
He has an idea, I feel like.
Yeah.
Or he's being acted through, maybe.
I mean, he says, you know I don't want to do this, but this is just how it's got to be.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Why do you not kill me now while I'm offering you my own sword? Volknir felt his fury rising as well as his voice. You bear the mark of my god. After all of the battle I've done in his name, after all of the blood I've sown into fields for him, he has blessed you. Yeah.
He's definitely feeling some envy. Or some injustice here.
Yeah.
He's like, I've done all of this shit
in the name of Gairun.
Yes. Yeah. And he is choosing you. What the fuck?
So yeah, it's kind of cluing us into this, maybe while he believes he has done this all in service of Gairun, Gairun is like, this was not for me. Like it's kind of going towards showing like this was done in service to yourself.
Yeah.
Like this was done selfishly, or not, this was done in vain or something like that. And so, and especially just all of the debauchery and the evil and just the blood that's been spilt so far, like no way could this have been done for anything other than just evil.
Yeah.
It just feels evil.
No, totally.
Yeah. And so to have this boy be the kind of arbiter for
the
Gairun.
foil.
Yes, the foil.
Yeah. I like that perspective, because I hadn't even thought about that. That actually what Volknir has been doing, he thought he was doing it for Gairun, but he wasn't. He was actually just doing it for himself. And how maybe Gairun is actually not into that. And he's like, no, this is not what I wanted. I never, ever asked you to do this.
Yeah.
You know? And this boy is seemingly innocent, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, all that stuff was not done in service to a god, but just for like, you know?
Any number of reasons. Yeah, it could be vendetta, just greed, or what, put in any sort of like personal motive.
Yeah.
Outside of something, anything like deific about Gairun. No. Like it just seems like it's all done selfishly, especially considering how much of it and how he prides himself on it.
Yeah.
Like it strikes me as prideful, I guess, is what I kind of took away.
It strikes me as hedonism.
Yeah. The word debauchery at the start.
Debauchery. Yeah. Yes, debauchery. Like pure debauchery. And hedonistic can be like a word that's used contrary to service to a god. It's like service to yourself and your own pleasure, as opposed to service to a god. So he's practicing service to himself and pleasure in order to serve a god. That doesn't make sense.
Highly suspect.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. So we get to this part. Then the boy dropped the sword. At first, Volknir almost laughed, thinking the boy too clumsy to hold even a small blade. Then he noticed something rather odd. The brands on the boy's hands were glowing. Without hesitation, as if he had been waiting for this moment his whole life, the boy looked into Volknir's eyes and said the only words Volknir would hear from him. In a small and soft voice, he said, "I don't know why Geirin wants you dead. I don't want to kill you, but it is simply how it must be." And the boy spread his arms, then brought them together. A crash of thunder emitted from the spot with enough force to knock all the men in the circle, even the mighty Volknir, to their backs. So yeah, at that moment, like that was the moment.
Yeah.
Like he was given his opportunity, and it is clearly the will of Geirin because it is a clap of thunder from the god of thunder who has branded this boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
the boy is like, "You got to be stopped, and I've got to stop you."
And does it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is very satisfying in that moment, especially the way that he deals with it, and that it is truly a supernatural moment. Like it's not just like an act of, trial by combat, to use a kind of Game of Thrones-esque, idea, but it is clearly and unquestioningly the will of Geirin.
Yes.
In this moment. And further clarified because the brands they disappear. The marks on his hands were gone, and he did not remember anything but his name.
Yeah.
He told them his name was Geirin.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
The living God.
Mm-hmm.
And this
Descended
reminds
among
me.
Men, yeah.
And this reminds me of the Kumari that I've mentioned before. The Nepali Kumari.
Oh, okay. Remind me.
It's the Kumari is the living goddess. So I've mentioned this on the podcast before, right?
I don't remember if you have.
Okay. Well, a living goddess, there's a living goddess in Nepal, and she's called the Kumari, and she is chosen based on a list of very interesting physical traits as a very, very small child, like, I don't know, 3-year-old, 4-year-old. And for example, she has to have the thighs of a deer.
Very specific.
Oh no, it gets more specific than that. But anyway, and she is, and I saw her when I was in Kathmandu.
Wow.
Yep. She comes out twice a year, and I luckily, by a stroke of luck, happened to be there in Kathmandu when they had her out, carrying her around in her litter.
Oh.
Yep.
Wow.
But then once she starts her period, she gets kicked out.
Just cast out.
Cast out.
Wow.
Yeah, she has to go back and live a normal life, as though she was never a goddess. And then another one is chosen. But actually, one of those living goddesses wrote a book when she got older about what it was like being the living goddess and then being kicked out of living goddess status.
Huh. That would be a fascinating read.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that is so remarkably similar
Right?
to what we have here. Yeah.
Yes.
That is very cool. Huh.
Yeah.
Dude, Jake, this is an awesome story.
This is.
This is just, I love all that you set up in here and how quickly you get us to just loathe Volknir. And all it took was one paragraph right at the start.
Yeah.
Again, this just strikes me as something straight out of like some folklore. I just love all of the descriptive language and everything that you do, and how hopeless everything seems, and how high and mighty and powerful and undefeated Volknir is or could ever be. And then for just this child in one swoop, just cast him down.
Yes.
And to leave us on this final line that his name was Geirin. Very cool.
Yeah,
that
was awesome.
Very cool. I like that a lot. This is a great
It's
story.
pretty kick-ass.
Yeah.
I liked, and I think he mentioned that he wanted to, expound upon it or something.
This is worth expanding.
And I would love that.
Yeah, I would too. Yeah, there's a lot. This is an excellent hook to move us into something larger, like maybe like setting up just the character of Geirin as a boy in this moment, and his memories are clear and wiped, so he's going in fresh, and so we could, it reminds me of like the Hercules movie or whatever. It's like, and so then we catch up with him when he's grown up a little bit or whatever. Just like that would be such a cool story.
That would be amazing. Yeah, that would be very cool.
Yeah. All that to say, Thank you, Jake.
Thank you, Jake.
Lovely entry. Thank you.
Yes. Can I tell you really fast the characteristics of a Kumari?
Go ahead.
Okay. So the choosing committee goes around, and she has to be from like a certain caste or social group. But here is the things that has to be true of her. And remember, this is like a 3 or 4 or 5-year-old girl. Shapely feet, a circle under the sole of the foot, a well-formed heel, long toes, feet and hands like a duck, tender and supple feet and hands, a body formed like a saptachata leaf, the thighs of a deer, genitals positioned deep in the pelvis, round shoulders, the chest of a lion, long arms, a pure body, a neck like a mussel, like the mussel.
Yeah.
Cheeks like a lion, shapely teeth, white teeth, a small tongue, a moist tongue. This is my favorite one. The deep voice of a sparrow. Black blue eyes, the lashes of a cow, a beautiful shadow, a gold colored shadow, a beautiful skin color.
Never mind. Go ahead.
Yeah. Straight, but turning to the right hair. Yeah.
I have that.
You could be the Kumari.
I could be, unless, is it my right or your right?
I think it's your right.
Okay, then I got that. Yay!
Nailing it. Black blue hair.
Nope.
A broad forehead. A round head. A body like a banyan tree.
Oh, sick.
A strong body. So there you have it.
A body like a banyan tree?
Yep.
That's fascinating.
I know.
All right. Right on.
Cool, right?
Chose a 2-year-old living goddess.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's fascinating.
Yeah.
That is utterly fascinating.
Oh, yeah. So whenever I was in Kathmandu, I saw everybody, crowding around. Big crowd forming on the streets.
And you're like, of course I'm going to join said
yeah,
crowd.
No,
yeah.
I was like, what's going on? I'm going to go see what's going on. And
sure enough.
Yeah. And somebody in the crowd told me, the Kumari is coming out. The Kumari is coming out. And you can see in this one square, the building where she is stowed, and she's up tall, up high in a high room, and she's not allowed to leave.
Huh.
She gets worshipped.
Yeah.
But anyway, she gets to come out a couple of times a year, and her feet cannot touch the ground. So she doesn't know how to walk.
So
until she hits puberty.
So she just atrophies,
I would think so. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. They probably do like massages and stuff for their legs. I don't know. But anyway, yeah. And they were gathered around. They were like, the Kumari. And I was like, what? What's that? Okay.
You're not going to maintain those thighs of a deer
no.
without any exercise.
Maybe they have like little
they have
quad
they have
machines.
a Bowflex up there.
Yeah. They're like, your feet can't touch the ground, but use this Bowflex.
Bowflex is fine.
Probably. Oh, that's funny. Okay. I believe that next up we have Mage.
Hello.
Hey, Mage.
Hey, Rat.
Hey.
Hi.
Okay. So Saturn's return.
Uh-huh.
All right. So I started this just so intrigued, being like, what is going on here? Because we have this guy running down the beach. He's freezing and so cold. There's tears coming from his eyes from the cold. But he's not sad, though. I found that interesting. I found that part interesting. And then he collapses, and then the water starts washing up against him, and he knows that he's dying. I like the detail about how he still thinks about what he's going to eat for breakfast tomorrow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. And so then there's some random lady,
Yeah.
that comes. Well, first of all, the seagull tries to take the tiny quartz whistle, right?
Mm-hmm.
From his pocket. But then the lady shows up and does it. And then she places it back around her neck. Okay. So at this point, I was like, okay, is she going to save his life? Is he going to survive or something? But no, he dies.
No, John dead.
He's dead.
Yeah.
His dead body. And well, I found it interesting where it says she admires the instrument for a moment before placing it around her neck. Okay. Who is that lady? You don't know.
No idea.
You don't know.
Utterly
okay.
no idea.
All right. Good to know. Okay. I was like, did I miss something? Okay. So she starts playing the whistle. And then I guess that whistle has to be played in order for his spirit to release from his body.
It seems that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Because then his spirit starts going up. And well, first he's looking at the lady.
Uh-huh. Looking at him.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's watching the lady watching him. And then when she blows the whistle with the very, very almost inaudible sound, then his spirit starts going up, 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 up. I don't want to go through the whole. I love where it's like he tears by Mars, just a streak of rust red, a cloud of rocks. Then Jupiter lumbers by. I love that description.
Awesome.
With its entourage of moons. That's beautiful. Okay, so at this point, I'm just like, what's going on? What's going on? And then I'm going to stop after this and let you like say whatever. But John has seen this before and can sense his destination fast approaching. Okay, so then we're like, okay, he's done this before. This is not new to him. He braces himself as he plummets through the rings, slinging ice out in his wake as he falls into Saturn's crushing depths and awakes in his office. So at this moment, I'm thinking being John Malkovich.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I believe I remember kind of what you're thinking.
Except as far as I know, John is John. And, because being John Malkovich, it's like she is being him.
Right. Yeah.
She's being John.
Right. Yeah.
But in this, it's just one guy being himself.
Yeah.
But it seems like he's going through a portal or something, or like he's falling back through a portal like they do in being John Malkovich.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Oh man, I hadn't thought about that in a minute, but yeah, it's an interesting pull. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And so that's like what I was seeing. What at this point in the story, what is your thought process?
My thought process is, I began the story kind of just as a free writing exercise to try and describe this guy who's like really cold. Mm-hmm. And then I just landed on the idea. It's like, this guy's going to die. Mm-hmm. And then what really landed on how the story was going to progress was that idea of him thinking about breakfast tomorrow. It's like, okay,
wait, there's breakfast tomorrow.
Like, he's not worried about this. Mm-hmm. Why?
Yeah, he's not sad.
Yeah, he's not sad. He's not worried. He's thinking about breakfast tomorrow, but he's dying.
Yeah.
And he dies. Mm-hmm. And then so I just wanted to set up this just kind of mystery around that.
Yeah.
But ultimately what I landed on was this sort of Groundhog Day trope. Mm-hmm. So like just kind of, he's going to come back and he's going to come back to this one moment. And it's this moment that he's in his office, just like resting his head over, all these like mundane documents or whatever. And so at that point I was like, the focus isn't that he's dead or dying or even this like transcendental journey to Saturn or whatever. That's not the point. Like that's not the focus. The focus is this office. Yeah. So why is he back in this office?
Right.
And like, what is it about this office? And so I just wanted to set up a bunch of questions for the reader at this point. Because I do have an idea about, and it's all around the theme of, have you ever heard of Saturn's return? Like the idea of Saturn's return. And it's that Saturn has one of the longest orbits around the sun. Mm-hmm. And so it takes a really, really long time, like 30 years for Saturn to come back around to where it was. Ooh. And so about every 30 years, people will go through what is called Saturn's return. Oh. And it's this period of growth and change and things like that.
Oh,
and so
interesting.
It's a kind of transition, which is where the Janus story came in.
Okay.
And so that's why I'm kind of setting up themes around him plummeting into Saturn, and that he's in this moment of growth, but for whatever reason he's stuck in this loop, and he always ends up back in this office. So
very interesting. So I think there's on the not the last paragraph, but the second to last paragraph, unless you count that one or that 2 sentences a paragraph, the third to last paragraph, where it says, how many times could he do this? Surely something had to give at some point. He had thought it would be him that broke, but that hadn't worked either. So on that line where it says that hadn't worked either, that's when I went to Groundhog Day. Yeah. Because he kept trying to kill himself, and it wasn't working. Yeah. So I was like, okay, this is like a Groundhog Day type of moment. So he's in this office for whatever reason, and he's having this kind of contentious relationship with Dean, right?
Yeah. And really, I didn't, that was again me trying to kind of set up the Groundhog Day thing, where it's like he knows things that he shouldn't be able to know.
Oh,
and so he's like,
yeah.
no, Dean. It's like, and shouldn't you be on the phone with HR? Explain, like, he shouldn't know that, and that's why Dean is just like nonplussed. Like, he just,
he's like,
and then he just slams the door in his face, and it's just like, he's just in this moment. He's just overwhelmed in this moment and just sits down. Like,
yeah. Okay, so how many times could he do this? Surely something had to give at some point. Okay, so do you kind of have an idea of what's going on here?
Yeah, and the idea is just the themes that I'm trying to set up, and that's as much of the idea that I have, but basically he's being thrust back into this moment because he needs to confront something and he needs to grow, and part of him not growing is being stuck in this office, and so he's got to grow in some way. He's got to change. He's got to acknowledge Saturn's return and become something else. He's in this transition. Yeah. And so that's more or less the direction that I have, is just, what does that growth look like? I'm not sure. But the crux of it is he's stuck in this office. Yeah. And so how he grows from there, I'm honestly not sure. Okay. But another part that I'm setting up is that John in this story is very alone. Like, he is isolated. He's named all of his pens and his highlighters and his Sharpies, and he talks to them. Yeah. And there's clearly people around. There's this Dean guy. There's this mysterious woman. And I've got some ideas floating around as far as like who she is. Okay. Because she essentially is the one to call him back to Saturn. Yeah. Each time. So there's a relationship there of some kind, but yeah, it doesn't seem like she's just some rando, because what kind of random person would reach into the pocket of a dead man and pull out this whistle and start playing it? Yeah. Yeah. Unless there was a reason to do that. Yeah. So clearly a very important person to the story. Right. There. And the one who always calls him back to Saturn. Okay. So that's more or less, that's all the details I really have. This really was an exercise in discovery writing. Yeah. It really was. So first of all, it definitely seems Groundhog Day-esque if he's like having to somehow improve himself or something in order to get past this moment. But I want to know what your process was. Like, when you say, oh yeah, it was a discovery, it was an exercise in free writing. What does that mean to the average Joe who doesn't know? What does that process actually look like? Like, what did you do? I sat down and I just started writing. In this case, I wasn't trying to write like about myself or about my day, just like about a feeling. And in that moment, I was cold. Like, I was really cold. And so I just started writing about a guy who was cold, and I put him somewhere. I put him anywhere. And in this case, it was on a beach. And it was really simple because like it was really windy that day here. And so like in my head, he was just, is easy to catch, like this guy is walking down a beach, he's freezing and it's really windy. So I have those sensations very clearly in my head. Yeah. And I just start writing what it's like to be really cold on the beach. And then it just kind of rolled from there. Yeah. And basically I finished describing those sensations, because so much of what I hang up on is the descriptions. And so I feel like getting them out of the way at the start helps me progress into any kind of plot or direction. And so that's what I did. I just made him freezing to the point that he's dying. And then he was dying. Yeah. But he wasn't worried because he's thinking about breakfast tomorrow. And then again, that was just the process. I was like, he's dying, but he's thinking about breakfast. And so then from there, it's like, what does that mean? Yeah. And I actually hung it up there for a while. And I just let that sit on the page. And I came back to it like the next day. And I just wrote the rest of it the next day, just like, he's dying. There's this woman. And so again, it was just a very odd discussion. Like, I just kept finding the next paragraph had something new. And so I like that. And I like that it started with you noting how you yourself felt, which was cold. Very simple, very simply. I was very cold. Yeah. I love that. Yeah. That's really good. That's really good. So yeah, it was nice, especially coming out of November, just having, like, I don't have anywhere to go with this. I'm
a nice short story.
Gonna do a thing.
Yeah.
And just let it be whatever it is.
So, I love that. Yeah. And I love that you didn't even like tie it up.
No.
You know? It's just like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I really like that. And I really like how he gets under his desk. So it's like, what is he doing? He leans forward and crawls on hands and knees under his desk and lays down on his back facing up. I'm like, okay, is he giving up the ghost again? Is he like, I'm just going to lay here and die?
Yeah.
This time I'll die under my desk or something. But he's keeping tally of all of the times that he's died.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That is so interesting. And I love it how he keeps, so that also kind of anchors us in this office.
Yeah.
Because that's where he ends up every time. And that's where he's keeping his tally of deaths.
And for whatever reason, those tallies remain.
Yeah. And I wonder if he even has a home. Like, does he go home because I don't know. It just really makes the reader think that this desk and this office is the main scene of this guy's life.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I wanted it to be kind of just not bleak, but boring.
Yeah.
And basic and bare to the point like there's a shitty framed like certificate on the wall or something like that.
Yeah.
And then a thing of pens and just papers and that nothing. I don't even know like the right word. It's like nothing fancy. It's just very utilitarian.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's it.
Mm-hmm. So, utilitarian is good.
Yeah.
Aesthetic.
Yeah, it almost like not even brutalist. That implies like intentionality. Like this is just a space to deal with documents and there's nothing.
Utilitarian's good.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Spartan,
quite.
I loved it. This was very interesting.
Awesome. I had a lot of fun writing this.
It's a fun read. And it's honestly like gives me ideas the way that you described your writing process.
Yeah.
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 Awesome.
I will admit that that doesn't always work. And sometimes it just devolves into me journaling essentially about how I feel or whatever. But sometimes it actually will evolve into something like me being creative, and this was one of those examples. So
I love it. It's awesome.
Yeah, and I have to thank V about that or for that because it's not something I ever really spent time attempting to just free write. And so like I did journaling and things, but it was always just like basically cataloging my day. But in this case, it's like not thinking, just letting the words just happen in whatever way. And in this case, it did turn into something creative, not just like journaling.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Very cool. It's very
inspiring. Very cool. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Fun read.
And up next, we have a couple stories by none other than Richie Posier.
Hey, Richie.
Hey, Rich.
Welcome.
So the first one here is not a Janus story. This is not a Janus story.
Nope, it's a Punch story.
This is a Punch story.
Punch Village. Punch Village reminds me of Margaritaville.
Yeah. It reminds me of Fight Club it has the rules and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. First rule of Punch Village is you punch it. Second rule is you just punch it. There's not even a third rule. That's it. There's just two rules and punch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Punch the fuck out of him.
So yeah, this feels like Richie dealing with some feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I get that, dude. I totally get that.
Yep.
Oh man. There's just a few things I wanted to read out of this one. Hey there. Life got you down? You sick of all the BS? I know I sure am. Do you ever just want to freaking hit something? Well, my friend, come down to Punch Village and get to punching. CEOs, punch them. The pathetically useless homunculus that is your in-law, punch them. Punch the fuck out of them, actually. This paragraph about the existential dread and fear that you will never amount to anything, just like your father told you that one time he was lapsing in and out of a drunken stupor at your 11th birthday party when your mom left after blew out the candles because she couldn't take the stress of caring for a 38-year-old man-child anymore, which then became your responsibility, the memory of which keeps you awake at night like a crying baby? Well, we can't really help you with that. Babies, though? So many babies to punch. So, yeah. I especially like that paragraph, just like, can't really help you with the existential dread. But we got babies to punch if you need that.
Yeah. I like the part about punching babies. That's pretty funny.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, this is basically just kind of that rage fantasy dealing with that. But and it's just got the jokes, man. This one's got the jokes.
It's got the jokes. It's got so many of the jokes. Yeah, so I just like this idea. It did seem like a rage fantasy. It seemed like, I'm not sure if Richie, this was anything like the feelings that you're actually dealing with. And I was like thinking, wow, I wonder if that's really how he feels about his in-laws.
The homunculus.
Yes.
I thought also that's an excellent use of homunculus. Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. I like that the truck that they named the real General Lee. Punch the fuck out of him.
Yeah, with the no step on Sneck sticker. Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny. It's just funny.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I like the thing that they have to sign, the oath.
Oh yeah.
I do solemnly swear to uphold my oath to punch the living shit out of anything in the interest of creating a better world for those living in it and managing my inner demons. In the event that I am punched, I will take it like the fucking champ that I am, because I am a big boy or girl who knows how the world works, and will not hold it against the person who punched me, because I obviously did something to deserve it. And then you have to swear to retaliate.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. The oath really sells it for me.
Yeah, totally.
Because it really is like, Kim and I always joke, like, we're going to start a religion.
Mm-hmm.
And like the only rule is like, don't be an ass.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Or just, it's don't be a dick.
Okay.
I believe is what we described it as.
That would be interesting.
We're going to start a cult.
I want to hear the hymns.
Don't be a dick.
I want to hear the hymnal at that church.
Don't be a dick.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't do it because that makes you a dick. I don't know.
If others are dicks, you too don't be a dick. Lie, die, die, die.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea. That'd be an interesting church.
But yeah, this is that kind of just gives me that vibe of, uphold my oath to punch the living shit out of anything in the interest of creating a better world.
Yes.
Like, that's a fascinating conceit.
I agree with that, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with that 100%. It's like,
it's accountability. Yeah.
It's accountability. It's taking responsibility. It's not being a puss.
Yeah. And being able to take one as well, like
exactly.
take a punch. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. It would be so good for the world if we could all both give and take a punch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hold others accountable while being held accountable.
Exactly.
Yep.
I'm so glad that you exempted animals, though.
Yes. The exemptions down here are animals. What is wrong with you? Aircraft carriers. I mean, how? Explosives, knives, guns, cake. Who wastes a good cake? I actually thought about that when I was like, I'd punch a cake.
That'd be fun.
That actually would be kind of fun.
I'd punch a bad cake.
A bad cake. Yeah.
I'd punch a grocery store cake.
Ooh. Or you bake a cake and it just like falls flat, like it's a bad cake. You just want to punch it. Like if you ever tried to bake a cake and it fails, you just want to like, I hate this cake. I'm gonna punch this cake.
You just punch the shit out of it.
Punch the shit out of this cake. Yeah.
I want to buy a cake at Walmart and punch it. I want to drop punch it. So I want to throw it up in the air and then punch it on its way down.
Yeah.
Hey, remember whenever I punched the Frappuccino machine at Starbucks?
Yes.
I punched it closed. That was painful and very satisfying.
And it was permanently dented, I believe.
I was like,
it's like a, anyways.
That was awesome.
Most items made from plutonium or irradiated material and oversized luggage, not including your mom. Again, it's got the jokes, man.
Yep.
That last line got me.
That's a good one, Richie.
That's a good one, Richie.
We loved that.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
And then we have our final story is Faces of Gideon.
Faces of Gideon. Yes. All right. So we have, interestingly, a female named Gideon, which I really like.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
That's a biblical name, no?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Balm of Gideon. No, that's Gilead. Sorry.
Oh.
There's a hymn called The Balm of Gilead. The Balm of Gilead. And we used to always joke and sing The Balm of Gilead. Anyway.
Okay. Anyway.
Church kid joke. Well, there's the Gideon's Bible.
Oh, right. Yeah.
The
only reason I know that is because of the show Righteous Gemstones. One of their sons is named Gideon.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch that?
Yes. With y'all.
Oh, right. Yeah. Anyway.
Okay. So she apparently is going to do something.
Yeah. We get a few starts with Gideon.
We do.
Get a few starts here.
Mm-hmm.
She approaches the gate. The quiet had been broken by the gathered crowd of observers who were anxious to see the passing of a scion and the rise of a... No, this isn't working. Let me start again.
Mm-hmm.
And so we come back to Gideon, contemplating her life as she stood at the edge of the vast opening that spread out before her and stared down at the heart of the village as it pulsed in through shards of crystalline debris into the water. That's a beautiful description.
That is.
Whatever it is, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
But we also don't linger here. You don't have to do this, please, the voice cried again. Let me take your place, sister. A figure crashed through the line of watchers and was thrown to the ground where what? Son of a bitch. Jeez, one more time. And now we've got Kayla and Rune took up their positions on either side of the village gate and waited for a signal. So this is the story that we actually sit with for a little while.
Yes.
And I kind of want to jump back to the comments from Richie to give us a little bit of clarity as to what was happening there. A little context, yeah. So the first two stories are things I started at school and then got distracted. The first one was supposed to be about sacrificial death and ascension in a setting like the 100, which I'm actually not familiar with. In my head, Gideon had fought for her chance to ascend. Second one was kind of similar, but a different feel, more fate and destiny than anything. I got stuck again. But then we land on this vampire story here in the latter half. So jumping back, we get Kayla, Rune, and we do still have Gideon, right? Gideon's here with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gideon Rune. By the way, I'd like to mention that my car's name is Rune.
Yes.
Although it is Roon, and his full name is Rune Thundersnow.
Which we get this line, are you ready? On 3, Rune called over the thunderous report. I saw that and I was like, oh, Rune Thundersnow. It's like, Richie,
how did Richie know?
Oh my God.
I don't know. He might have harnessed it.
It's somewhere.
Yeah.
It was
it's
out
in
there.
the ether.
Yeah. Well, now it's just there.
Now
everyone knows it.
But it had been in the ether.
Yes. I read that. I was like, oh, no way. No way. Does Richie just
that was
get
crazy. That was crazy.
Yeah. They sprang and entered the gate. 3, they screamed in unison and stormed the gate and let loose their payload. It's this saloon scene, which kind of caught me off guard. Considering all the other kind of starts that we had before, I wasn't prepared for a saloon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was interesting.
That was. So they're waiting. They're trying to draw people out of the saloon.
Yeah.
Suddenly it seems like we're in the Old West.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Over at the opulence, dealing with the stragglers, she gestured toward the southern gate where the hotel was. Yeah. It's very much a Old West vibe, especially a name like opulence. Sounds like a Old West inn or something like that, or a casino.
Yeah.
It makes me think of Tombstone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. Gideon stood and began to march across the road towards the saloon. The right was nearly engulfed in flames, but some things were best not left up to chance. Gideon tossed her rifle to Kayla and pulled her iron and a hatchet from her belt. Stay behind me. Watch the doors and don't come in until I tell you. So yeah, we're thrust into this scene with these 3 almost like bandito characters. In this Old West setting, we think like what are they doing? Like, why are they burning down this place?
Yeah.
And then we get this vampire figure near the end, and we're like, oh. So the situation is very different than is, I guess, immediately obvious in this kind of Old West setting.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's this mashup of vampire and Old West.
Right.
Yeah.
It's almost like that kind of reminds me of Sinners. Like a mashup of the Old South and zombies. Or
vampires.
Vampires. They were vampires too. Yeah.
So yeah, it is a very kind of Sinners vibe.
Yeah. But one thing really, really made me laugh, which is like, it was getting serious, it was getting very intense. And then it's like connecting, Rune's guns went flying as the figure moved again and kicked out at Rune, connecting with the back of his leg and sending him sprawling to the ground before turning towards Gideon and burying teeth in her neck. Wet and matted hair stuck to its face, and frenzied eyes rolled back in their sockets before stopping in horror. The figure gasped and released Gideon. This, and then stumbled back towards the railing. This, to me, I kept picturing the abominable snowman with the frenzied eyes, like rolling back in its head as it was attacking.
Okay.
And then it was like, "Rah," and then it just like stops and it's like, and to me, it just devolved into Bathus.
Okay.
Yeah, because I just kept seeing Bumble, the abominable.
Okay.
You know when he's attacking and his eyes roll back in his head?
I don't know. What is that in reference to? What are you picturing from?
From Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Oh. No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. Well, was that supposed to be funny, Richie? I want to know, because it was so funny to me when it's like his frenzied eyes rolled back in their sockets and then he stopped in horror and gasped.
The figure gasped and released Gideon, then stumbled back towards a railing with hollow eyes fixed to hers. Yeah, I didn't quite get the bathos from that. It just seems all very chaotic, and it all seems like it's just all gone to shit, like, immediately. Gideon raised her hand, and her knuckles came away wet and sticky from the blood trickling down her neck. She holstered her iron, then tugged at her face covering as the creature stared at her in disbelief. Only then did he notice the crescent scar on the back of her left hand. Gideon smirked, revealing herself. Mm-hmm. So yeah, this Gideon is somebody, I guess, resistant to vampire. Oh my God. Rudolph Bumble, abominable snow monster. Okay.
That's what I was picturing.
No, I don't know that I've ever actually seen that Rudolph.
Oh, it's so good.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Gideon has this marking on her, which actually reminded me of Jake's story, like this kind of like this sort of chosen one trope, but she reveals herself, smirks, and then her hatchet flashed silver and was buried in the vampire's neck. So clearly they're out vampire hunting. Mm-hmm. So they had planned on this, and despite having been bitten, we assume that Gideon is fine following this, because she smirks. It's like, Rune stood and retrieved her guns. I'm okay. Don't worry about me. He said, limping slightly as he moved towards the broken railing. I didn't, Gideon said as she made her way to the boarding rooms. Rune followed. Yeah,
so what is it? Where does Janus come from at the end?
I think this is Richie just acknowledging that it took a while to get going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Shut up, Janus.
Shut up, Janus.
Who are you, Janus? You don't
Fuck
know.
You don't Janus.
Know. You don't know. Well, yeah, I like this.
Vampiring.
Yeah, I like this Old West meets vampire. I think that's a great setting. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
very good.
That'd be a fun one.
Yeah, super fun.
Well, thank you very much, Richie.
Thank you, Richie.
And that is all of our stories
woot woot
for this week.
Here we go, a vampiring,
a ring-a-ding-a-ding. So thank you to Steve for being selected here today, as well as Nick to you, All Fair, Walker, Jake, I Did a Thing.
Yeah.
And Richie.
Yes.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Man, it's great to be back in the swing of things.
So good. So good.
And that moves us into
episode 70.
70. Yeah. So for episode 70, we ask you to write puzzle. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it. Just
write
puzzle. It could be, you could write somebody is solving a puzzle. Mm-hmm. Somebody's making a puzzle. Mm-hmm. Somebody is puzzled.
Yep.
It's just puzzle. It's
kind
of like a mystery.
Be a character with the name Puzzle.
Yeah.
That'd be a cool name.
That is a pretty cool name. Ooh, I bet I was just immediately thought like Nick Hughes' superhero world, somebody named Puzzle.
Oh, yeah. It's like a Joker.
Yeah.
It's like a, what's that other one? Not Joker. Riddler. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Puzzler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just Puzzle.
Just Puzzle. Even better.
Goes by Puzz.
Hey, Puzz.
Hey, Puzz.
What's up, Puzz?
What's up, Puzz? Puzz. And the words to accompany this prompt are sip, jump, coerce, sustain, and parameter or parameter, if you will.
I will.
Okay.
Parameter. Okay. Sip. Sip is a good word, I think.
I agree.
The word sip reminds me of lemonade.
Because you just sit there and sip your lemonade?
Mm-hmm.
Like you sip tea and sip coffee?
Yeah.
Like
sip.
It's really delicate.
It's so delicate.
Yeah.
Something that you're like...
It's something you do through a straw.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You can sip through a straw. You can sip not through a straw.
Mm-hmm. In which case it makes a little like splashing sound.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. A little like.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Some people find that offensive.
Weird.
The sound.
Some excellent Foley work you got there. Thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Sip. I mean, it's a verb and a noun.
Yeah. Take a sip or two sip. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sip.
I don't think it can be an adjectival noun because I think it would say sipping. The sipping station.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A sipping break. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And our next word is jump.
Jump. Not to be confused with jump.
Jump. Very different. Jump.
Jump. Okay. So jump is a verb. It is also a noun. That was a good jump.
Mm-hmm.
High jump.
Yeah. Could jump somebody or yeah.
Yep. So it doesn't just have to mean the act of going vertical, but it can also mean attacking someone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I got jumped. You can also jump your car off.
When you say it like that, it's really gross. Yeah.
That did sound kind of bad.
You could use jumper cables. Yeah.
Yeah. To jump it off.
To jump start your car.
Or to jump it off.
That's disgusting. Horrible.
Horrible even.
Horrible.
Okay. All right. Jump start. Jump. Can jump mean anything else? It
There's
can be
a high jump. There's a triple jump.
There is. There's a long jump.
Long jump, yeah.
You could have a jump in time, for example.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jump.
Oh. Jump the line.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
To cut the line.
To cut. Or as they say in Philadelphia, budge.
Budge.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Those Philadelphians.
Heathens.
Budge. Yep. Philadelphians. Those Philadelphians.
And our next word is coerce.
Coerce.
I'm a fan of this word.
Me too. Why are you a fan?
I think it's that double vowel there in the middle. Like the syllable break around co and erse.
It's exciting because here in coerce, we have a diphthong.
Yes. Yes, we do. So, coerce means to like coax someone around to
I think it's a bit stronger than coax. I think it's more like force.
Yeah.
Coerce is where you use force.
Yeah, forceful coaxing.
I think it's a little stronger than that. Because coaxing, the person who you're trying to convince still has free will.
Okay, yeah.
Coerce is you're being forced against your will.
Does it have to be force? I feel like coerce could be like, I don't feel like it's quite as strong as force, but it is stronger than coax.
Okay, so coerced means to be forced or compelled to do something against your will.
That's the
typically
one
through threats, pressure, intimidation, or the use of force, violating your free choice and leading to an involuntary action, agreement, or silence.
So yeah, definitely forced.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. Coerce.
Okay. Yeah, compelled was the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Compelled to me is a bit lighter than coerce.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a confession through coercion.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, basically like that's people seeking an answer will coerce somebody and they can often just like lie.
Yeah.
Just because they're being coerced, like this is what you want to hear, basically like what torture essentially does.
Yeah. It's a nice way of saying force.
Yeah.
So persuade an unwilling person to do something by using force or threats.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Coerce. So coerce is a verb and only a verb.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's all it is. That's all it can be.
Mm-hmm.
Coerce.
With a diphthong.
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 Diphthong. A diphthong.
And our next word is sustain.
Sustain. Okay, so
this is where you hold something out, like it's held out for a while.
Yeah.
Right? There's a sustain pedal on the piano.
Oh yeah.
You press it, you play a note, and that note will just ring and ring and ring.
Do you use it a lot? The sustain pedal?
Constantly.
Oh, nice.
Well, not constant. Like you have to release the sustain pedal to dampen the strings. But you use it all the time.
Interesting. Okay, so sustain. It can also mean It can also mean to bear something. Like if something is unsustainable, it can't be borne for a long time. You know? Let's be sustainable and plant sustainable crops.
Yep.
I agree with that statement.
Yeah.
I was just wanting to make fun of the voice of the people who say things like that.
Okay.
But I agree with it. Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Sustain. So sustain, it's a verb.
That's it.
Yeah. The noun form is sustenance.
Yep. Which is amazing. I love the word sustenance.
That word, me too. Sustenance. I think that whenever I was little and I discovered this word, I was always asking my parents for sustenance.
Not food.
Not
sustenance.
food. Sustenance.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not breakfast.
Sustenance. Sustain me. Give me enough energy to sustain my life.
Sustenance.
Yeah. Sustenance.
Yep. And our final word is parameter.
Also known as parameter.
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 Umbrella measure. Like a parasol.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, totally. No, yeah.
Umbrella measure.
Right. I love that.
Cover measure.
Yeah, parameter. So I think a parameter is like a qualification of some kind.
It could even be like a
requirement.
I want to say like a variable. Like this parameter.
It's like a limiting factor.
Yeah.
A parameter is a limiting factor.
I think it's like a encapsulated measure of some kind.
Yeah. Okay, listen. A parameter is a defining characteristic or variable that sets the conditions, boundaries, or behavior of a system, function, or equation.
Yeah. It's one of those very like rudimentary ideas.
Yeah.
That it's hard to qualify it.
Yeah. So, for example, if somebody asks me for a recommendation letter, like, can you write me a recommendation letter, miss? And I'm like, okay, but you need to tell me what the parameters are.
Yeah.
So it's like, what are the rules? What are the boundaries?
Yeah.
It's
like
just
the
like free
parameters of this podcast are to write inside 30 minutes using 3 of 5 words.
Exactly.
That's a parameter.
Some would even say that that's a parameter.
Parameter. Yes.
A parameter.
Can I have a parameter?
Please.
Please
give me a parameter.
So those words again are sip, jump, coerce, sustain, and parameter. And if you want to be like these wonderful writers and submit your story to You Write, head on over to our subreddit at reddit.com/r/YouWritePod.
If you're unable to submit a story this week, that is fine. You can help out by reading and commenting on other people's stories.
Each time you post a story or leave a comment on someone else's submission, you increase your chances of having your story read on the podcast.
You can also reach us at youwritepod@gmail.com.
If you like our show and want to help support us, consider donating to our Patreon at patreon.com/YouWrite.
Give us some money. If you were unable to donate, that's fine.
Give us your money.
You can help us by sharing the podcast with other writers and non-writers alike.
And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the podcast so you know as soon as new episodes are available.
Also, be sure to leave us a rating and review in your podcatcher of choice.
And remember, join us next week on You Write,
a podcast where you write.
Really?
Yes. Strumming my pain with his fingers.
There it is.
Singing my life with his words. Killing me softly with his song.
See you next week.
Killing me softly with his song.